Hey, what's up? It's Ragan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how exactly I catalog and organize my personal library. I have my laptop and my iced coffee and I'm ready to walk you through. So grab a pen and paper. This is really easy to replicate, so I hope it helps you out. I certainly find it easier than Goodreads or Library Thing or other online platforms, so this is something that I created on my own and I'm so excited to share with you. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and to follow me on @ragansreads, where I post every day about all things books and ballet and iced coffees and cozy content. Okay, so I started this catalog 4 months ago in the middle of lockdown. I have been on Goodreads for a really long time, but that platform is not user-friendly. It's messy. I find it really difficult to organize things and keep track of what books I own and what books I need to read, but I do own. It's just a mess. So I created an Excel spreadsheet where I highlight everything that I own, that I want to buy, the prices, what editions they are, whether they're UK or US, hardcover, paperback, collectors, everything. So the first step is to grab all the books off my bookshelf that I have hauled in the last month. I have a lot this month, like a lot, like maybe 150. It's a lot. I'm gonna speed it up so you don't have to sit through all of that, but I'm just gonna go ahead and grab all of these books off my shelf. Okay, so I actually have a lot more books to catalog than I originally thought, so I'm going to organize them all into piles based off their genre. Okay, so now that all of my books are organized in genres on the floor, I'm just going to go into my email account, into my Google Drive, and open up my spreadsheet. Super basic. I organize my document into 2 sections. So the first part is my to buy and read section, and then my bottom half are all the books I own. My categories are kind of broad. I know I could definitely niche down if I wanted to, but I think that would be a little bit too much. So I organize all my books on my spreadsheet by genre, and those genres are fantasy, historical nonfiction, historical fiction, science fiction and dystopian, thriller and horror, autobiographies and biographies, poetry, art, cookbooks, and that's it. Yeah, that's all. I know I don't do anything by like adult or YA because it doesn't matter to me, and I also don't organize by author name. I don't even include the author's name in my spreadsheet because it's not important to me. So my to buy section, I organize all the books underneath the genres, and then I star the ones that I really want to buy. So if I have some extra money to spend that month, that's the book that I'm going to buy first, and I mark those so that I don't have to go through my Goodreads or my bookshelf and see what I'm missing or what I want, or read the synopsis over again, because it just wastes lots of time. So if I star it, I know that's what I really want to get. I then also try to include the price of these books, but I kind of fell off of that because all the books I've bought recently are from either Amazon or I get them at bargain price at secondhand shops, so it hasn't really been something that matters. I also include a little section of a series that I want to read soon. It's a smallish list, but that is how I organize that. Now if I go to the bottom, I mark what books I own, and anything that is highlighted in yellow are books that I have not yet read, but I do own them. On the sides, I also organize and mark that I have that book in either hardback or paperback, and if it's UK, US, German, whatever edition it is, and if it's collectors. Okay, so I brought over my fantasy pile, and that's my first column, so I'm going to start there. I'm going to add every single book I've collected into that section, mark if I've read it and what edition it is, and then I'm going to move them into categories like standalones, duologies, quartets, series, etc. before I move on to the second column of historical fiction. This does take a little bit of time, but I find it quite relaxing, so I just put on my favorite booktuber or listen to some music, and I just chill for about an hour and put all of this in. Of course, you don't have to bulk add all of your books into your catalog at the same time. It's probably easier to, at some point, just add them in as you get them, but I find it kind of like a enjoyable experience.
I've been dancing on my own so bravely, steady steps on the ground, hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down, 'cause lately, I've been dancing on my own so bravely, another round on my mind, hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down, I'm never coming down.
I ended up adding 2 more sections to this list. I have now a first in a new book series, so like Crescent Cities on there. Then I added a section titled First in a Series That I May Not Continue. So books that I may have read a long time ago. I have on here Winter Song, Raven Boys, Graceling. I read those years ago and I liked all of them a lot, but I don't have the sequels and I'm not sure that I want to restart myself in that world by having to reread the books. So while I do own them, I keep them in that category, but I didn't want to put them into the series list because I like my series to be really complete. I also added numbers in series so that, like for instance, the Shard Lake, I own books 4, 5, and 7. And I left room so that I could easily add in books so I don't have to do this all over again. This was a really massive reorganization because I put it off for a long time. So as I bring in books to series that I have, there's already room in there. I don't have to fudge around with any of the placements. And I am really happy with this. I do keep my Goodreads account up and going. I do post short little reviews for myself on there for things to remember, and I update when I am reading, like how my thoughts are, just like little blurbs for myself. And I do add books that I want to read on Goodreads, but like I said, it's not just something that I can simply look at and understand, but this Excel spreadsheet, now that it's really complete, it's just easy. It's easy for me to look at it and say, oh, okay, yeah, I do want that book, or oh yeah, okay, that's £12, so if I see it anywhere cheaper, I know that that's a bargain. I hope that this was helpful for you guys. It's not super crazy. You can definitely do this on your own. Let me know in the comments how you organize your books, if you catalog them or not, and how you do that. If yours is pretty basic like mine, or if you go really in depth, I would love to know that. I would like to start color coding this somehow, a little bit more in depth, but I'm not sure what the best way to organize that color coding is. I'm a very visual person, so I like to see lots of color. But let me know what you guys do. I'd love to know, and if you have any tips or tricks for organizing your library, leave a comment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!